Hey everybody, welcome back to Rashley's Border Q. Tonight we're going to be cooking some fried chicken. We're going to make some gravy. It's not going to be a white cream gravy, kind of a tan gravy. We're going to brown it just ever so slightly, but not dark brown. And we're going to make some green beans and some fresh sweet corn. So we hope you all come back and join us. Got a nice plump chicken breast. We have a couple of them. It's got some stuff hanging off of it. First thing I'm going to do is just trim that stuff off and make it nice and clean. I'm going to check the bottom, make sure there's no cartilage. There's some from the carcass, from the bone area. All right, we got it trimmed up. It's a bit on the thick side though for what we're going to do, fried chicken. So what I'm going to do is just fillet this thing into two halves, lay it open, kind of butterfly it open. There we go. Still just a touch thick, but we're going to take a pan or I don't have a mallet for beating it thin, so we'll use the bottom of a pot or a pan, lay some plastic wrap over it, and beat it down a little bit thinner. Lay it over the top of it now. Nice heavy pot, and we're just going to beat it down to about 1/4 of an inch thick. That's just about what we're looking for. We'll go ahead and do the second one now. It's a bit thicker, so it'll benefit more from this than the first one did. Use the edge where it's thicker, kind of beat it down. All right, I've got one more breast to prepare the same way, and then we'll be back. We've got one bowl here that has egg wash. It's just 3 eggs and a little bit of milk in it. Then we got some flour here that has salt and pepper in it. I'm also going to add one of my favorite ingredients, this Cluckalicious from Chupacabra Seasonings. Stuff goes excellent on chicken, and it tastes really good on fried chicken. So we're going to put some of that in there too. The seasonings, I'm not going to give you an amount because you just season it to taste. We'll also sprinkle some of this Chupacabra on the chicken breast before we egg wash them and dredge them. We're going to be cooking on an Erie cast iron skillet. Erie is the pre-Griswold or early Griswold. This is from the late 1800s, early 1900s. It's one thing I haven't talked about much in my previous videos. This is my cast iron collection. We've got it warming up on medium heat, medium low, and as soon as it comes up to temperature, we'll get started. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and take the chicken breast. We're going to dredge them in the flour mixture with the spices. Then we're going to run them through the egg wash, back into the flour. Then I'm going to put them on a plate and let them rest. We found our wire rack. We'll let them rest on it. Letting them rest for 10 or 15 minutes before we put them in the skillet allows the breading mix, or not the breading, but the flour to stick a little bit better. Go ahead and add a little garlic powder. I just tasted it, and we're going to kick it up a little notch there, and I'm going to put some onion powder also. One of the tips I can give you is the spices tend to settle in bottles, so if you, ideally I'd pour some of this out so I could get a good mix in it, but give your spices a shake, kind of help redistribute the spices. We'll start off by taking a chicken breast, Seasoning it up with some Chupacabra. Give it a dredge of flour. I like to press it down into the flour. Shake off the excess. Egg wash. Drip, drip. Back into the flour. Shake off the excess. On this one, I'm going to do a double wash, triple dredge, just for kicks. I've never done it that way. We'll try it. I like to sprinkle a little flour on top so I don't get all that egg wash on my whole hand as I press it in. Shake off the excess, and we'll just let it sit on the wire rack and kind of get happy. I'll do the other three the same way, and then we'll move on to cooking them. We got all four of the chicken breasts breaded up and ready to go. They're still resting. Our grease is almost up to heat. I'm going to let it get up to about 350-ish, and then we're going to drop the first two in and watch them go. Okay, our grease is up to about 365. Got it kind of down on low right now. I'm going to drop the chicken breast in, and of course that's going to cool the oil down, and we'll turn it back up as soon as we get the chicken in. We're going to go ahead and turn it back up to medium. Yeah, it cooled all the way down to 260 when we dropped the meat in, so we've got it up on just a touch over medium. We'll let them cook on that side until they get a good crust on one side. It always varies on how long it takes. And then we'll flip them over, get a good crust on the second side, make sure our temperature is good, minimum of 165-ish, and then we'll pull them out and let them rest. All right, let's give them a flip, see what it looks like. One looks pretty good, one looks a little crusty, but such is life in the kitchen, right? I turned the heat up to bring the temperature up, and I guess I left it on a little too long on a higher setting, but it'll still be good. 120 in the middle, so by the time the second side gets browned, it'll be ready. Flip them over and look at them. Oh, that looks good. We're going to go ahead and take them out. I've got another wire rack set up so we can let them drain. Yeah, look at that. That's nice. Good enough. Much better than last time. We turned it down, slowed down the cooking. That way the internal temperature can come up without burning the outside. Looking good. All right, temperatures look good. They're at least 170 in the coolest part of the breast. Nice. Brown, not burnt. Let's pick them up and put them on the wire sheet to drain. We're going to drain off a little bit of it, get some of these crumblies out of there, leave some crumblies in there for flavor, and we'll get started on the gravy. We strained the grease and got most of the crumbles out of it. The flavor will still be in the oil though. All right, we're going to take that grease and put it in there. We're going to use the flour that we used to dredge the meat with. And we're just going to play it by ear. Yeah, that's probably going to be enough right there. We put that little bit of grease that we had left over in there. Put a little bit of flour from the dredge. You can see how quickly it's browning. That's about as dark as I want it. Gonna add some salt, a generous amount of salt. Gravy's not good without salt. Black pepper. Fresh cracked would be better, but I don't have a pepper grinder at this time. Keep it moving, don't let it burn. That's good right there. Dark enough. We're gonna use milk. Turn the heat down. When you're making gravy, after you add a liquid, be sure to bring it back to a simmer, a pretty good high simmer to a boil, or it won't thicken up again. But adding the liquid, bringing it to a low boil, high simmer, and then you can turn your heat back down and simmer it. It'll thicken up real nice then. See it starting to thicken up there? When you do that and it doesn't fill back in, that means it's getting thicker. That's probably going to be a little too thick, so I'm going to taste it real quick for seasonings. Yeah, we're okay on salt, pepper. Oh, that Chupacabra is still coming through. It's going to need more liquid. Don't overdo it on the liquid when you're adding it. It makes a big difference real fast. Don't worry about the lumps either. As you continue to stir it, it'll smooth right out. This is not a true cream gravy because we did brown the flour a bit. I turned the heat up a little bit so I can bring it back to a simmer so it'll thicken up. There we go. It's not a huge boil, but just a low simmer. I'm going to bring the heat back down. Keep stirring it. Gotta keep stirring it. It'll stick and make a mess, and then you won't be happy. But you can see it's not, those big lumps are gone. Beautiful gravy. All right, there it is. Nice thick gravy. Well, we're gonna plate one up. I'll get you a shot of the final plate, maybe a quick taste test, and we're gonna eat. Oh, that looks good. Sweet corn, green beans, mashed potatoes, chicken fried chicken, little cream gravy. Well, a little dark cream gravy. Good enough. And then on the taters. There you go, guys. That's it. We hope y'all enjoyed this little video. Chicken fried chicken with Chupacabra Cluckalicious. Let me get a taste and see how it is. Cheers. Cluckalicious. Well, that wraps this video. Chicken fried chicken, seasoned with Cluckalicious, a little cream gravy, mashed potatoes, green beans and corn. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know how you like your gravy. Do you like brown gravy, cream gravy, dark, light? Make a comment, let me know. We'll see y'all later on down the road on Rashley's Barbecue. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Thank you. Adios.